This is the future.
How lovely is this? They can try to make us hate him, but we will never. No one in that family is able to connect with young children or adults the way Prince Harry does. He is very much his mother's son. Okay, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Let's listen. Screenshot in between.
Jeez for that.
Time now is 18 minutes to 9. Prince Harry returned to the UK this week to mark the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games.
During a charity event in central London, the BBC's royal correspondent Daniela Ralph was given exclusive access to the Duke of Sussex as he joined a children's party.
It's a side of Prince Harry we've not seen so much of lately.
Okay, from this point on, I'm gonna stop this video. I will be putting it on our Part of Pure service because this is part of the Invictus things. Okay, so I will not be putting it here on PYTE. All right, but I'm gonna continue recording it, but it will be on our Part of Pure service if you wanna see it fully.
Fun, informal, engaging, as he mucked in for this very special children's party. Every child in this room has lost a parent who served in the military.
That is so sad, very sad.
Charity, Scotty's Little Soldiers, supports them.
3, 2, 1.
Yesterday afternoon they had a party for the families in London with a surprise guest.
Prince Harry's come to play some games with you, is that okay?
It was a low-key arrival from Prince Harry, but that didn't last long.
Here we go, here we go, here we go!
We spent around an hour with Prince Harry yesterday afternoon. Since he left the UK for California, seeing him up close in this context has been rare.
I think did I review this already? But I'll continue recording, but I think I reviewed that already.
Very nice to meet you.
It's nice to have you back. How is it being here?
It's great. Just as the lights turned off. Perfect timing. It's great. It's amazing. What Scotty's is doing with these kids is absolutely incredible and very needed as well. And the more opportunity we get to do these kind of events, the more that families and kids around and up and down the country actually know that Scotty's exists, which is really the most important thing.
And nice to be back in the UK.
That's great.
Nice to see you.
These visits back to the UK are not straightforward.
When I believe I read the backstory of the creator of Scotty Little Soldier regarding her husband or something like that. I forgot how it went, but I remember reading it. Maybe if I start reading it again, I'll remember, but I forgot but it was very painful though. But let's continue.
Prince Harry or the royal family. Relationships remain broken and there was no fix to be had this week. But for those in the room with Harry here, especially the children who like him had experienced the death of a parent, it was a reminder of what he brings to the party.
It's insane to think about. Like, you always see these people on TV. Like, saw Prince Harry's wedding, but it's like meeting them in real life is like a whole nother experience. And sitting down with him, he truly understood what we felt with the loss of his mum. Even if it's not through military connections, he understands that pain and he understands what we went through.
And I think this is what he would have needed when his mom passed away, but instead they didn't even bother trying to, I don't know, they just neglected him. But let's continue.
And still going through.
In your mouth.
Harry's competitive streak was on full show. This was the race to eat the strawberry laces the quickest. The prince found himself on the winning side. And the roll the chocolate down the tape measure game was also a crowd pleaser. with not a bit of food going to waste.
How many Maltesers did you eat off the floor?
You guys probably know better than I do, but at least 3. I think by that point it started getting a little bit weird.
I could have never imagined I was rolling a Malteser down a tape measure with Prince Harry, but it was definitely lovely to see kind of those barriers being taken down with him and to see him as just him, because obviously you can see him on the screens and you can see the kind of face that he puts up to the public eye, but to see him kind of being himself around us was definitely a very heartwarming feeling.
In recent years, Harry's support for Scotty's little soldiers has largely been through letters and jokey video messages.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I've shared some of these with you already. Oh, on our Pot of Pew service. How I put them in other channel? If it has to do with that, probably on our Pot of Pew service.
The family fallout and the move to California has drastically reduced what he's been able to do for the organisations he supports in the UK. This party was the first event he'd been able to attend in person with the charity.
You forget that every single child in there has experienced the death of a parent who's served for our country.
There's the honour.
I would imagine that
the founder, not owner, founder.
Prince Harry got so much from that room and had so much fun and joy that I wouldn't mind betting that he's probably thinking about those children right now, because it does that to you. It really makes you think these children are incredible.
Like all good children's parties, there were some goodies to go home with.
Oh, no, it's me. I thought you were joking.
Including a Lego figure of Prince Harry. All of this is now personal rather than royal duty. While family ties remain fractured, Prince Harry's charity work is an important link to the place that was once home. Daniela Ralph, BBC News, Central London.
It's very sad because this is still his home. This is something that he has said. The UK will always be his home.
The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you.
The moment he said that, they went after his home. I mean, the royal family are very savage, because Fragmore was his home that the Queen had gifted him. So, and he did said, whenever he's back to the UK, this is where he will be. And then the father evicted him. It's very sad. Did it finish? Yeah.
I've never played.
Okay, so that's that. Let me read some of the comments and then I'm gonna continue recording, but this part is gonna be for our Pot of Pew service. Okay, I wish I could edit out or mention of that family, so redundant, otherwise it was good reporting. Charles hated the fact that the public loved Diana more, so it most certainly is not a stretch to think he's jealous of the star power of Harry and Meghan. It's very sad, he still hasn't learned, and there's so much he could have learned from past experiences, but instead he continued his way. Too bad he is married to Meghan. Too bad for what? Too bad it's not you. This is the problem that we're having here. There's a thread I just put on Twitter because I saw, you could see on the side here, that says rest in peace Sammy, and I was curious because when I just turned on my computer and I saw it and I was like, let me see what this is all about. And then it's about a little boy who committed suicide. Let me go. I was not gonna read that, but because I see this Deranger mentioning this here, I sort of made reference to generalization of adults doing saying crazy stuff on social media. So let me go look for it. I don't know if I've mentioned that to you. May not be on this channel, but if you follow me on all 3 of my channels, Pew Team Sussex, PYTE, and our Pot of Pew Service, this channel, I've said this. Very rarely I will start a new tweet out of nowhere. If I start one, that's because I want to say something. Normally when I respond to tweets, it's because someone wrote something and I respond to it, but very rarely I start something like this. Okay, so there's me here. I said, so I saw rest in peace Sammy trending, which you could see on the side here. So I saw rest in peace Sammy trending. I wanted to see what it was all about. It seems like a 10-year-old committed suicide after being bullied. May he rest in peace, and I hope no one experienced this. My point for tweeting this is, if kids that young, 10 years old, are doing this to their peers, and all people whose time is about to expire are doing it on a global level to another, I was thinking of more of Megan and the situation that is, but I didn't name any name. Okay, time is about to expire or doing it on a global level to another. When is this going to stop? Who do you think the bullies are learning from? You have adults who for some reason find it as a pastime to go on social media to bully someone they never met, and social media platforms are giving incentive to bullies. What message are we as a society sending to the younger generations? Many adults seem to lack empathy to know from right and wrong. It seems like people nowadays can only understand the situation when it affects them personally. Foreseeing the effect of certain action is nowhere in their brains. Social media is part of this bullying problem. It's really sad to see that some people can only understand another's pain only when they experience it themselves. Why do many have to wait until they experience pain, suffering, grief to understand someone else's heartache? As a society, many of us need to go back to basic of almost everything. May the little boy parents find comfort and a way to move on. No parent should ever experience this type of loss. No parent should ever have to bury their children. Okay, so when you see this here, too bad he married Megan. You're not him. You do not know what he get out of being with Megan. So it's none of your business to dare say that. Let me see what some people said here, and then I'm gonna black. His wife is his. Thank you. You see, his wife is his choice, not yours, not your business. He married the woman he loved. That's it. That person put it in uppercase. He loved, and that is all that matters. That's it. Whether we like Megan or not, it's none of our business. But he decided to marry her. And then there's some videos that I came across. At first, I couldn't see the video, but I think it was the last day. What was it? There was a musician, how do you call this? A group of musicians who were playing whatever for the event. And before the singer started singing, and it was something that Harry dedicated to Megan. And Harry's not going anywhere. Okay? The music, I can't play it. Even if I see it, I cannot play it for you because you won't be able to. YouTube will give me copyright. Because the music was making reference to how much he loves her. And he's not going anywhere. So that's his choice. Nobody can say anything. This guy left his country to put the safety of his wife and his children, to protect his family. So he's not going anywhere. Right, so let's see this. I agree. They lost a gem, the very best royal and Harry. All he wanted was for them to leave his wife alone. They won't and still wouldn't listen. Okay, this if they push it to another level, people who are so mellow and prevent or don't want to start something, don't want to fight or something, these are the people you have to be very careful with. Because once you target something that click into them to piss them off to the point where they don't give a shit anymore, these are the people you have to be very careful with. Okay, I agree. They lost a gem, the very best for. Okay, I just read that. This is how reporting should be, although I need them to stop talking about the royal family and just mention his work, but this is a huge step forward. Okay, this is what caring about people looks like. No staff, no PR, no photo apps, no pageantry, just raw, unadulterated love and care about Scotty's little soldiers. What's not to love? Good to see BBC doing proper reporting on Harry. There's the heart here. Work. No need to put the royal family in though. It's nothing to do with them. Those children are so blessed to have Harry's dedicated support. Okay, absolutely. Love Harry and Meghan. I love the connection with the normal people. They aren't work shy like others I could name. Okay, I'm so overjoyed by this brilliant. Okay, so that's that. And if while I'm recording right now, because this video I'm recording for PYTE, and I'm removing this part to put on our part of pure service. But I'm gonna continue recording. If I see other things that make reference to let's say Invictus directly, okay, even though all this should have been on our part of pure service, but it focused on the work directly. If I come across similar videos like this, I will put it. But other than that, it's just the squad talking about the events that went on. So that would be on PYTE. Okay, so for now, I'm done with this. For our part of pure service, I'm going to continue recording for PYTE. Okay, so definitely this is gonna be on our part of pure service, okay, because I remember seeing that that's the ceremony and they're gonna salute him and everything. So if you want to see that, I'm gonna put it with the Scotty Little Soldiers and share it with you. Okay, so let's pause. All right, so I see another one that I could add to the video. Talk about preparedness. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle out here wearing Nigeria flag colors. Harry looks so sharp in his green suit and Meghan stunned and white. Check out photographer Miss Anne Harriman in the cut. All right, so it's 57 seconds. There will be screenshots, okay? So there's the red carpet. So they want to salute him. They want to salute him like the soldier that he is. That's respect right there. And the red carpet also pisses those left behinders. They don't, I don't know what is wrong with the red carpet. Well, let's just say it's just respect. They want to show Harry respect, that's all.
This is the future.
Okay, so that's another scene. Meghan is greeting them. There's Harry in the back. Yeah, Nigeria did a wonderful job. I truly appreciate it. They did a wonderful job. Okay, so there's that. Okay, that's an image. Okay, it's so nice seeing Miss Anne joining Harry and Meghan in Nigeria. That's the epitome of genuine friendship. In my view, I think it's just another gig for him. Instead of calling another photographer to follow us, we're gonna probably see his work, his photos on the website. So they probably call him to come and document the thing for them. Okay, yes, I was very happy to see him. Miss Anne stands 10 toes down with Harry and Meghan. Good to have genuine people in your corner. Okay, I'm so happy and excited for them both. Sam, this is how you read the room. So happy for Miss Anne that he got to be there in Nigeria with Harry and Meghan doing what he does so amazingly. Can't wait to see the pictures. Yeah, yes, I cannot wait until Miss Anne releases his pics. I'm really looking forward to when Harry plays sports with the Nigerian Invictus team as well. Should be fun. Wow, I only just noticed that. Of course, green, white, green. Wow, brilliant. No wonder the world loves Harry and Meghan. Delicate but powerful touch. Thanks for pointing that out. As a British Nigerian, I am so proud, just beaming from ear to ear. All right, so that's that. Okay, let's go back. And now, back to PYTE. All right, so I'm gonna add this to the video. Okay, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex and wife Meghan arrived defense headquarters received by the POWA president and wounded soldiers as part of the Invictus tour. The Sussexes are expected to also visit wounded veteran in Kaduna. All right, 58 seconds.
So that you don't hit, you don't hit my phone.
No, guys.
Okay. Alright, so that's that. Let's read some of the comment. The wife is Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Welcome to Nigeria, Prince and Princess. There's the love here, the heart. He came with Wise. Okay, who's Wise Ho? Okay, David Wiseman. Okay, David Wiseman. Thank you for your service. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is the appropriate way to address them. Watten, was it Watten, that guy? Okay, I cannot read that. Explain, give Prince Harry like this. Meghan, good one, that fits. Okay, what does that mean? I'm telling you, these people always have to come and say something negative. I'll add it to the video. So there's that here. Okay, Meghan's speech. Be honest with your mental health. Don't suffer in silence. Duchess Meghan and her mental health advocacy stay true to the healthy message around mental health and encourages the school children of the Light Academy in Abuja, Nigeria, to be open about their mental health. All right, we listened to this already, so I'm not gonna play it again. Maybe this one is clearer. Will that be the for the sake of that again, just in case? I think this one is much clearer than what I've played before.
As I look around this room, I see myself in all of you as well. To have our first visit to Nigeria, be here with all of you. We believe in you, we believe in your futures, we believe in your ability to continue to tell your stories and to just be honest with each other. There is no need to suffer in silence. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, and that begins with your mental health by really talking about whatever's coming up for you. So thank you to all of you, thank you to these teams, to our executive director of the Archewell Foundation, whose birthday it is today.
Okay, so it's playing again. Okay, she's such a natural. No wonder why people love her. Truly awesome. Okay, 100%. Beautiful soul. There's all those emojis. Wasn't this trip supposed to be about Invictus? Yeah, plus other things. While they're there, they visit the school that they support. You mean for every trip that they make, they focus on one thing. So they tackle everything that they wanted to. Let me see what somebody said, and then I'll black her. It has several purposes. This is one of the schools. Their foundation support mental health affect all. Do you have a problem with that? That's what I'm wondering. My goodness. Yes, it is about Invictus. But can you imagine they travel several thousand miles to be over there and then don't tackle other things that they could tackle while they're there? Oh my goodness. And by the way, it was the country who invited them. Alright, so just in case some people forget. Alright, so this is another thing. While they were there, they do other things. So now we are on our part of your service. Okay, so let's pause. Looks like it started here. Let's pause again. Okay, so we were here, but I'm gonna start it here. All right, these things needs to pause, otherwise YouTube is gonna be... Let's go into that and I'll come back out. Pause. Okay, so it's a long thread. Okay, so I'll show you everything. Pause again. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle arrive at the defense headquarters in Abuja. 18 seconds only. Screenshot, okay? Alright, so that's that. Let's go to this one. That's another one, 27 seconds. Okay, I've shared some of these already in short videos, but I will be removing those short videos because YouTube gave me problem. As I'm recording this right now, they are live. They are still up, but when I resubmit my application, to YouTube, I'll remove them. And then I'll re-upload them, but with more screenshots in them. Yeah, it's playing again. Let's look at this. This one is 1 minute and 47 seconds. This is where they're saluting Harry. Let's listen. I shared that already, I think.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
Okay, so that's that. All right, and after what their ancestors did to us, see how we are welcoming them. For some reason, I felt like some of the things that were happening, and I think I mentioned in a tweet, is like turning the other cheek. They want to move on, but if they try to do that again, it's not going to be the same. Okay, they came to see their family business. You're highly welcome, Prince. What's the reason for the visit? That's for Invictus. I mean, it's a reasonable question. Okay, so there's that. Perfect. Okay, so let's listen to this. Let's go into that. There will be screenshots, okay?
Seeing others like me, it gives me more joy. I am not alone in this world. I am Last Corporal Dean.
Oh my God, so handsome.
Army.
Can you imagine, there's music in between, this video is gonna be manipulated, okay? So YouTube don't give me any problem. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. So young, we're full of life, and then now no arm, probably no legs too. Was he sitting down? I didn't see. Oh my God.
I started trying to adapt to life using my legs and my mouth, my cheeks. Now I can do mostly every daily activities of myself.
This is the future.
From when we took off on the body till we reached there, it was a hell of an adventure. So I have to make friends, I collect numbers, up to date we are still chatting. They share their stories, I share my story. It was really great. I see people doing like going down the hills with snowboarding and this skiing. I can't be left out now. I snowboard the first one, I went down, you know, it was really a hectic experience actually. I fell more than 20 times. I trained myself, I started standing up for myself, even without the help of people. I can stand up for myself and snowboard down again.
Wow.
Someone can be healed through my story, or someone can be healed just seeing me snowboarding. So why would I sit down? The thought of inspiring others out is one that challenged me to do more.
Wow. This is very sad. And this is who the people that Harry's trying to lift up. And then you have the derangers trying to discourage him. So when Harry was in the military, he's hearing the people's stories and all of that.
Certain institutions. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, you know, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public and then using that position for good.
What helped you to understand that position that you were in?
Spending 10 years in the military was one.
And what did that do for you?
I think I wouldn't say it changed my outlook on life, but there were certainly experiences that I went through during those 10 years that not only was I surrounded by normal people on a day-to-day basis and being able to share and talk about everyday issues that they were going through, but it was a grounding moment for me as well. You know, wearing the same uniform as all of the people that I was serving with, getting an opportunity to serve your country on operations, but also being part of a family. And that's not just the guys and the girls that were wearing the uniform, but also the wives, the girlfriends, the kids. That whole network of support was huge. But I think my understanding of service and duty became really, really ingrained, or it was given to me by my service in the military, because that's what it's all about. And you're taking young people from some of the most deprived cities and towns across the UK for the British Armed Forces, and I know it's the rest for the rest of the world as well. But you're taking some people who've had some really, really hard upbringings and hard backgrounds, and you're training them to be ambassadors. You're training them to be fighters, but you're training them to be brothers in arms with each other as well. And I think that's an incredibly powerful tool to be able to do. And I have a huge amount of respect for anybody, whatever their background is, to be able to serve your country like that.
These are the things that he gathers. It seems like, I don't know, God was pushing him to, I really don't know. This is a miracle with Harry, because he really didn't have to do any of this, but he did. Went to the military, when he talked to people, he listened to their stories. Those
10 years that not only was I surrounded by normal people on a day-to-day basis and being able to share and talk about everyday issues that they were going through.
Pain and suffering, the experience. And he explained some of these on the Obama Foundation. So, and all these, again, this is the light that was guiding him. Go to the military, see firsthand, listen to the people's story. As the brother, you know, the family leaking where he's at, and then to remove him from the post that he was and send him back home. And while going back home, he witnessed one of the soldiers, you know, on a stretcher, you know, holding to dear life. And then after that, different things, you know, these are things that were being registered into his brain. And then go to the Warriors game and experience what some people who life wasn't meant to be after what they've gone through, but see through the Warriors game what they could achieve, and then put everything together and said, this needs to go global. And then with his position and everything like that, and he created that. I mean, I don't know. I think there's something that was guiding him. Something that was guiding him. You could see the family was inflicting unnecessary pain. Unnecessary pain to him due to jealousy, envy, pettiness, you name it. And as he, you know, maneuvered through all of these, the pettiness, the backstabbing and all of that, and then he's creating beautiful thing out of this. I mean, this is, it may sound crazy, or I'll probably not even explain it properly, because I just don't see, after everything he went through, and he still continued to go through with his family, and then it's beautiful things that's coming out of those things. So God is creating something for him. There's something much bigger for him. And the other thing as well, when you look at yesterday, I wasn't aware that there was some stuff that was going on social media about Archewell, because I was completely mute. You saw some of the things that I said in the video that the squad should be mute. And I find out there were some issues with paperwork with Archewell, where the governor had to come out and speak on behalf of, you know, I don't know if it's on behalf of, I don't think it's on behalf of, but he spoke about Archewell, that Archewell is doing good thing. It was a misunderstanding, and then the tabloid, you know, put it on a global scale without even knowing the full detail of things. And when you look at the New York City chase, okay, they were doing their own personal things. And then there was the chase. Now New York City is saying that whenever they are in New York, they will provide them with security because of public safety. Harry and Meghan didn't ask for it. But it's the evil people who's trying to create something. Meanwhile, God is turning it into something much better. Now when they're in New York, they don't need to pay the police to protect them. Now the police have said, due to public safety, we will provide you with the security that you need because of what had happened before. And thank God no one got hurt. So we're preventing a future potential or things that could have happened. You know, this is what I mean by that. All right. I don't think this one said anything. And it cut really short after. Yeah, he didn't say anything. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back. And I think I'm done with, I went over some of these. I went over that. Go back. There's this. LOL, true. Let's pause this. One thing about Mason, he's stingy with his Harry and Meghan photographs. The squad were throwing shit at Mason because he doesn't share the thing. I mean, I don't know how photography work when someone hires you to document something, who owns what or whatever. So I think he's waiting. I mean, we were just throwing shit anyway. So there's that here. That was before he entered into the building to get the gifts, the picture of him and his mother and him and Meghan during their wedding and the robe and all of that. So that was the beginning of it. Okay, me here shaking my hips and ass. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, so she retweeted that. Let's go into it. Let's pause. It's 3 minutes. Oh my God. All right, so this will be on our Port of Pure service. Okay, I'm not gonna share that again. I'm not gonna review this. Let's see this one. I think that's the same one. I'm not gonna review that. We went over it. Maybe that one because this is the beginning. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are now in Kaduna State and were received by Governor Sunny Uba and other government officials. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. There will be screenshots, okay?
Yes. Sir, they don't want to see us.
This is the future.
It seems like they're saying, Harry, Meghan, welcome to something.
Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
This is very powerful.
Okay.
And this is the thing Charles did not want for him. They didn't want people to receive him the way that Nigeria did here. Harry sits on that chair. There's an AI picture of Harry. I've shared it on my community board. It looks so much like him there. That's what this reminds me of. I look for it, but I can't find it on my own file. Harry was doing this, Meghan was doing her thing.
This is the future. Human error.
Okay, so I went over these already. So let's see here. Someone is up. It's 3:25 a.m. Okay, busy first day for the Duke and Duchess. Thank you for a warm welcome, Nigeria. Too many secret agenda days, this Nigeria. Oh, she was there, I thought, and direct away from the dignitaries. I think she went to do other occasions. Okay, here come the salty tears. They are treating Harry so good. Now, abdicated prince, you declare like this. What? Hello, Melon Sunday. Why are you tagging these people? We just ignore them. I thought you said Wax Store welcome. Please, channel, there's all this. What channel is that? Channel television. Show us the wounded soldiers he came to visit. I mean, this is part of the occasion. Oh my God. Then see Megxit there. Was she tired after half a day's work? I mean, these people have no ground to talk about Meghan or anything like that when you considered how the left behinders are performing. The other time, what was it? The others took almost 3 months off or something like that. So these people have no ground to say anything about Harry and Meghan's work. And then besides, this has nothing to do with the institution. So you guys shouldn't even be coming here, you know, saying your BS. I'm telling you, these people are full-blown crazy. Unbelievable. You don't know. Like at the beginning, okay? There's this. They were doing different things. They went to different places to do different things. Who's up? Who's taking a shower now? Wait a second. Okay, so let's finish this. Okay, so let's black this. Okay, with due respect, this is unnecessary. Oh man, how are you supposed to know? This is unnecessary. They're welcoming him. Harry took time. Remember, Nigeria invited them to come. Now, when they invite you, they probably already discussed all the things that they were gonna do. Now, Harry agreed. There's other things he could have been doing while he's in the US, but he agreed to go. So you're telling these people who invited them, it's unnecessary. So when you invite your own guests, you decide how you welcome them. Wow. With due respect, this is unnecessary, except the state is using their visit to promote culture and tourism. Okay, so what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? This trip is to promote Nigeria participation in the Invictus Game. It's supporting military veterans and their families. The invitation came from the military. Let me see here. Okay, where are the military veterans? They were at the front. And then there's other things that they went and do. Oh my God. Whew. Harry, people who's doing good will never be right in these evil people's mind. Oh my Lord. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so there's this we just saw, and we saw this when they gave him the gifts. There's all of that. Invictus Games. Okay, that's that. Okay. Let's pause. This is at the beginning. Okay, so this is the one that I wanted to see here. Okay, there they are here. So this is the thread that I was looking for and I couldn't find. Okay, booked and busy, reason for the Nigeria trip. So let's go into that. Pause it again. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, apologizes for not being accompanied by his wife Meghan to Kaduna, explaining that she is occupied with numerous meetings in Abuja. This is the thing here. They came here for something. They had their schedule. While Harry's doing his thing in Invictus, Meghan took that opportunity to, like the school she support, and I believe this as well, okay? They were doing different things we didn't even see. Okay, it's through this article I came across it. The link will be in the description. All right, so they're doing their own thing, but everybody have a objection to how things is being done. Then you do your own thing. It's still about the soldiers and Meghan's type of work with Archewell. This is under the umbrella of Archewell. All right, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, apologizes for not being accompanied by his wife Meghan to Kaduna, explaining that she is occupied with numerous meetings in Abuja. He discusses the Invictus Games and Nigeria's involvement in the event. All right, so there's that here. This part will be on our Port of Pure service. Okay, so let's listen. There will be screenshots in between.
For facilitating this visit to Kaduna. I'll keep this very short because time is short and we must get to the hospital to meet as many troops as possible. I'm very sorry that I didn't bring my wife up to Kaduna. I can see that you wanted to see her, but this trip was important for me to do by myself, and she has separate meetings in Abuja. Your words, I feel your words of encouragement and of support. Thank you, and thank you for everything that you do, your service to this community. The focus of this trip up here is obviously the wounded, injured, and sick men and women.
There he is. He's saying it. The purpose of it for the sick, wounded, and all of that. I mean, can you imagine 3 days straight, you know, from morning till night, and they just do that, and then they don't focus on other things that they could also tackle while they're there. So, I mean, come on. Whew.
To serve the Nigerian forces to keep people safe. And having founded the Invictus Games over 10 years ago, Nigeria was the first African nation to join last year in Germany with 10 fantastic human beings. And as we had a conversation with the Chief of the Defence Staff a few hours earlier, he acknowledged the smiles on their faces and the fact that that opportunity, that moment, being part of the Invictus community, put a smile back on their face. So when you talk about lifting the spirits, that is what we are here to do, and we will build on that morale and show that anyone that is caught in the line of fire, that their life, despite injury, is not over, and that they and their families can continue on, and that sport will be a very useful way for rehabilitation. So, without wanting to take up more of your time, I thank you.
Okay, so there's that. Thank you for the news. Okay, loving this visit to Nigeria. Once again, his Harry and Meghan show. They are loved worldwide. Don't bother replying back with comments about the petty royals. They have shown disrespect too many times this week. So there's that. That's an ad. So let's forget that. Go back. Okay, so this is him here visiting the hospitals. Okay, Prince Harry visited the military hospital in Kaduna, Nigeria. Okay, let's look at this. Come on. My God. Wow.
Is this new? When did you get that?
Last year. How's it working for you? Good?
He got a prosthetic leg. He's saying to give the prosthetic leg a name.
You're still getting used to it? Or you're okay walking?
Okay, so he did some of the thing, and the people just focusing on some minor thing. There's this here. Wow. This look like a fresh wounded. May God help them. Okay, so that they are here at the hospital. This is, my goodness. You have to be a special person to be doing what Harry and Meghan are doing. Okay, so I went over this. Let's see that one. Okay, so that was the thread I was looking for, and I didn't see it. All right, so some of these will be on our part of Pure Service, and others will be on PYTE. Okay.
Evolution. This is the future. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
You realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility.
We're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
Today is April 6, 2023. It is 2:44 p.m. So I have a little bit of time, and I thought, let me get this initial video out. Whenever I have time, I'll record. So this is the first video for this channel. Well, I should say second video, because I did like an introduction in terms of what this channel will be focusing on, more in terms of background of Harry and Meghan kind of thing, and things that they have said in the past. So I decided to create this channel to focus mostly on their charitable work. I don't know which direction I'm gonna go with it, but it will be definitely focused on their charitable work. So I thought, since I have the time, let me go over their website to give a basic idea of where they're coming from. And I was looking at their website before I started recording. One of the things I was thinking of doing was to highlight each of these organizations they have helped or they're part of. Then I said, let me just read, go over their webpage, and then go over the impact report. And then maybe another video, I'll do a review of the organization.